Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Apa kabar kalian semua? Semoga kita senantiasa diberikan kesehatan untuk menjalankan aktivitas kita sehari-hari. Baiklah, pada kesempatan ini saya tertarik untuk melihat sebuah video dari channel salah satu video channel reaksi daripada Malaysia, yaitu Falas Klasik. Dia mereaksi sebuah video dari seorang YouTuber asal Eropa yang mengatakan bahwa Malaysia itu menjijikkan dan ingin cepat-cepat keluar daripada Malaysia. Nah, ini sangat menarik. Mengapa? Karena seorang YouTuber sekaligus seorang pelancong atau wisatawan itu datang di sebuah negara Malaysia, yang dimana Malaysia ini merupakan salah satu destinasi wisata andalan di Asia Tenggara, di mana kunjungan wisata di Malaysia cukup tinggi dan semua orang merasa puas hati dengan pelayanan dan kondisi yang ada di Malaysia. Namun saya penasaran apa alasan dia kemudian mengatakan bahwa Malaysia itu sangat menjijikan. Baiklah, untuk tidak berlama-lama, oke, mari kita saksikan.
Pulau Pinang menjijikkan, kotor, orang pun tak mesra. Hai semua, selamat datang ke Falas Klasik. Terima kasih kerana datang ke sini dan harap semua sehat-sehat ya. Okey, hari ini kita nak cerita
Malaysia,
tentang
India, ya?
sepasang YouTuber yang masuk Malaysia dan mereka telah pergi ke Georgetown, Ipoh dan Kuala Lumpur. Semasa di Georgetown, mereka kata Georgetown ni kotor, orang tak mesra. Dan mereka juga menggunakan perkataan seperti disgusting. Disgusting tu bermakna menjijikkan kan. Dan dia kata di sana di Georgetown tu dia orang nampak banyak burung merpati ni dan najis-najis burung merpati, dan bila hari hujan kotor sangat. Dan bangunan-bangunan di Georgetown
kotorannya banyak, pas hujan sangat menjijikan.
Lepas tu mereka pun datang singgah di Ipoh. Bila di Ipoh dia kata, okeylah Ipoh ni nampak cantik pasal dia ada landscape yang cantik, ada alam semula jadi yang cantik, gunung ganang dan sebagainya. Dan dia kata orang-orang di Ipoh ni okey, mesra juga. Makanan pun okey juga. Okey, mereka juga dapat pengalaman yang tidak bagus di Ipoh, iaitu dia kata ada seorang lelaki yang berpakaian tidak senonoh dan juga berkelakuan tidak senonoh. Okey, itulah yang kita nak ceritakan pada hari ini tentang sepasang YouTuber ni. Lepas kita tengok video ni, saya datang ceritakan balik apa yang terjadi di KL pula.
I don't even have words. It's actually a shit show. Like, nothing is signed. Staff are super unhelpful. None of the machines work. I'm human. Like, it's just not cool. Food in Malaysia has been not great, to be honest.
Yeah, it's given us the
Let me just start off by saying Malaysian Borneo, absolutely beautiful. So Penang, very honestly and very bluntly, is disgusting. It's dirty. The people are unfriendly. All the buildings are dilapidated. It's not charming. Like, people say, oh, it's old school charming. It's really not. It's just disgusting.
It's time to get out of Malaysia, and we are extremely happy.
Yeah, I'm keen to leave.
Yeah, me too. So we're catching a flight today at 1 o'clock from KL International Airport to Siem Reap in Cambodia, and we are beyond excited.
Oh, so excited to go back to Siem Reap.
Back to Siem Reap, a place we know and love, and to be honest, to get out of mainland Malaysia, because we have not had a particularly good time at all. We really enjoyed Borneo, Kuching, but other than that, wouldn't rate it.
Yeah, it's hard to put your finger on exactly why, but I think as the video goes along, we can kind of talk about each specific area that we went to, and just some like negatives and positives about each. But yeah, we're not in a rush to come back to Malaysia at all. Yeah.
No, not at all, not at all. But after some no assistance from some very unhelpful staff working for AirAsia, we have managed to find a machine that will print a bag tag for our baggage, and we are now in the line to kind of expect something else to go wrong. We used 3 machines, one of them worked, so that's a 33% success rate from what we tried, so that's pretty piss poor. And
I'm fuming, like, I'm just so mad right now, I don't even have words.
It's such a new airport, but
it's actually a shit show.
Saya pikir mungkin ada yang salah dengan mereka karena Georgetown atau di Pulau Pinang itu adalah salah satu tempat yang cukup terkenal di Malaysia. Adalah kota terbesar, kalau tidak salah kedua ketiga ya di Malaysia. Tapi kenapa dia tidak merasa senang berada di Malaysia? Mungkin ada yang salah kali ya.
Show like nothing is signed, staff are super unhelpful, none of the machines work. I'm fuming, like it's just not cool. Sort your shit out, Malaysia.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. At the end of the day, we will be in a country that we love, in a city that we love, surrounded by people that we love.
Introducing the English test designed for you. Convenient, fast, affordable.
Always thinking, hey, look at that.
Ini siang rep ini maksudnya di Thailand atau di Malaysia? Mungkin ada yang tahu, silakan komen ya.
Okay, we made it. We are in our accommodation, our rental for 1 month in Siam Reap, and we are so bloody happy about it.
So happy.
Yeah, we just wanted to kind of fill you guys in and just go step by step of what was our issue, I guess, with certain parts of Malaysia and just as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
As a whole.
Let me just start off by saying Malaysian Borneo, absolutely beautiful. So impressed by Malaysian Borneo. We 100% will be back to Borneo. It was just such a vibe. We loved it there.
Yeah.
It's like a different country.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Like the landscape's beautiful, the people are beautiful, the food's beautiful. Like everything about it was just really good. We loved it. So definitely we'll be back to Malaysian Borneo. Peninsular Malaysia, we will not be back.
We started off in Georgetown and Penang. And yeah, first impressions were awful. Had a culture shock, I guess, at the start.
Yeah.
Coming from Thailand, everyone's they're a lot more, I guess, open and, I don't know.
Just welcoming. They make you feel like you're wanted. You don't walk into a shopping centre and they look right through you and pretend you don't exist.
Yeah.
So Penang, very honestly and very bluntly, is disgusting. It's dirty. The people are unfriendly. There's pigeons absolutely everywhere, and the pigeons shit on everything, and the pigeon shit then gets wet because it rains. So there's just like wet.
Dia bilang, mungkin dia kata bahwa menjijikan itu maksudnya di Pulau Pinang itu banyak burung-burung merpati yang kemudian itu buang kotoran, ketika hujan dia rasa jijik.
Pigeon shit absolutely everywhere, and it's just disgusting. Like, I don't know how else to explain Penang, but all the buildings are dilapidated. It's not charming. Like, people say, oh, it's old school charming. It's really not. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, and we were just in that old town because you just get a vibe from a place, and we just didn't like what we were experiencing, so we moved on. But we were just in that area there, and from what we saw, it was it wasn't old school charm. It was old school shit, to be frank with you. But yeah, so we went across to Butterworth, and the people were a lot nicer over there. The area was it was okay.
Not very walkable, but
no, as a whole in Malaysia it seemed to be. But yeah, like that wasn't too bad. Butterworth, we were just there for one night. People were amazing. Really interacted with some great people.
Yeah.
Supermarkets, restaurants, and that was nice. Gave us a bit of hope.
Yep. For the rest of the trip.
Yeah, and then down to Ipoh.
Yeah.
In Perak State.
And Ipoh was. We liked Ipoh. I would go back to Ipoh if I could avoid the rest of Peninsular Malaysia at the same time. But like the thing that redeems Ipoh is the people are lovely, the food's good. Like you guys obviously only see a little bit of like what we eat, but every day we're eating like breakfast, lunch and dinner, and the things that we did eat in Ipoh were just excellent. Like just overall Ipoh, and Ipoh's in nature as well. So it's just very beautiful because you've got mountains surrounding you. It's like a 15-minute drive to go to like a cave temple or like whatever. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You've got that beautiful nature side of Malaysia, which we really like, and then you've also got like the city with the foodie culture, all that sort of stuff as well. But in saying that, Ipoh is still really dirty and disgusting.
Yeah, the city as well is, I don't know, it was pretty much on par with Georgetown, that old town that we were in. It was.
Tidak jelas ya.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot easier to kind of look past those things when the people are nice and the food is nice. So, but at the end of the day, it was very similar, run down, and yeah, it really needs do some renovations on that place.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame, because it's like everything else is so beautiful about it. The limestone caves around and just the mountains formed around. It's just beautiful. But in terms of the city, it was very similar. Quite similar in architecture and quite similar in how run down it was.
Yeah, for sure. And when I say it was disgusting as well, I'm not exaggerating. Like, there was a homeless man, that's another thing. There is homeless people absolutely everywhere in Georgetown and in Ipoh. And it's just really sad. And there's just like nothing really seems to be happening about it. But when we're in Ipoh, there was a homeless man and he got his genitals out in front of us and literally just started peeing into a gutter. So that's kind of how disgusting it is. Like,
it was like there was a main road there, and he just whipped it out. And instead of turning away from it like a normal human being would, he was just like, I'll just piss, and people are driving past, which is a bit confronting. It's just weird. And it's there's obviously an issue there with homelessness in
dia mungkin merasa kecewa ya, karena dia menemukan seseorang, dia menanggalkan seluruh pakaiannya dan menunjukkan katanya barangnya. Ya, memang sih tidak nyaman juga kalau keadaan seperti begitu.
In Malaysia in general, because we did see it in Kuala Lumpur as well. So from Ipoh, then we went down to Kuala Lumpur.
Di KL pula macam mana? Mengikut cerita dia kata KL ni tak ada apa nak dibanggakan. Kotanya nampak macam kota-kota di negara-negara barat sedikit. Ada juga macam di Sydney, Australia. Dan dia kata dia orang jatuh sakit sebab makan makanan segera macam 5 kali ataupun 5 hari seminggu. Dia makan makanan segera dan mereka cerit-berit dan sakit, dan makanan Malaysia sama sekali tak sesuai untuk mereka. Mereka tak suka bangunan-bangunan tinggi, dan mereka kata mengarut lah kalau nak pergi tengok apa Petronas Twin Tower yang atas tu, dia orang charge macam RM100, iaitu macam $30 Aussie. Dia kata mengarut, tak payahlah pergi nak tengok dari atas tu. Dia orang lebih suka bangunan-bangunan yang rendah. Dan mereka suka jalan kaki aja pergi mana-mana. Walaupun ada train ke bas ke, mereka tak suka. Macam mana ya dia orang ni, semua dia tak suka. Jadi apa yang dia suka ya? Jom kita dengar.
And it's a big city. It's a lot more of a Western city, more akin to Sydney, especially in the like CBD and the main areas, built up areas. A lot more like Sydney as opposed to Bangkok. Which it was pretty blah, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just didn't really wow us. Like, it was just uninteresting. We just were like, what is there to do here? Like, there's
big, they got skyscrapers, and it's like 6, so there's some very, very tall buildings. Cool. Like, it's cool to look at, but to go up the Petronas Towers, it was just about 100 ringgit each. So that's like 30 Australian dollars, a bit more, which is like, that's bullshit. I mean,
to go up a tower, like.
Yeah, just to get a viewpoint. It's like, cool. And not very walkable again. It does have quite good public transport in terms of trains, but for us, we do enjoy walking around a lot. That way, if you see something you want to look at, you can just stop and go in there immediately. You don't have to, come back to it from your bus or your train or your monorail or whatever you're taking. But KL, like, it had some cool things in there, but it was very boring, and I'm not a big fan of big cities in the first place, and it definitely didn't change my mind.
Just boring, and there's no culture there, to be honest. Like, it's just
Tak ada apa-apa.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah,
It's just very meh.
Yeah, it was some pretty rundown areas there, which is fair enough. It's like that in every city, but
Kota tua.
for those kind of things, there wasn't really a redeeming factor for us in Kuala Lumpur. So it was good to say that we've seen the capital, but we will not be. We don't plan on going back there at all.
Yeah, especially after the airport debacle today, like
Yeah, we'll
just
get
big
to that.
no. Yeah.
Oh, we've already had
Yeah.
that.
Pertama sudah
Yeah, that
tidak
was a shit
bagus
show.
dari-
Yeah.
dia rasa sudah
KL
tidak
Terminal 2.
senang.
If you can avoid it, because
Yeah.
it's a shit airport.
It
It's a
is.
shit terminal. It is disgustingly bad. Whoever designed that, you've done a shit job. I hate ya.
Pretty much.
Not to be too dramatic, but yeah, not a big fan. Didn't do it for us. But you know, there are other places. There's a whole east coast of Peninsular Malaysia. There is like places like Malacca, which I've heard are good. But I've also heard that Kuala Lumpur and Georgetown were good, and they were shit. So
Yeah.
it is a very polarizing country that we've seen in terms of the feedback from a lot of different travellers. And we went in there thinking, oh, okay. Usually when something's kind of polarizing, we find it good.
Yeah, we find we like things that are black and white like that, but
Yeah, but this is probably the first time that we've been to a place that's black and white, and we've gone, yeah, it's definitely.
we don't like it. So one last negative about Malaysia is the food. We have really struggled with the food here.
Malaysia susah.
Well, not here because now we're in
Cambodia.
Cambodia, but
Malaysia itu
we have
surganya
really struggled with
makanan.
Malaysian food. We got sick, both of us. So I think we did talk about this earlier in the video, but for whatever reason, we've both had like gastrointestinal issues since being here. Not vomiting, we've had diarrhea pretty much the whole entire 3 weeks we've been in Malaysia.
Had the shits, yeah.
Yeah, legit. And it's just like we've been eating fast food as well to try and like combat eating in dirty food.
Dia mengatakan bahwa makanan di Malaysia itu kotor. Mereka kemudian sakit gara-gara makanan yang mereka konsumsi. Saya pikir turis di Malaysia cukup banyak ya mungkin, dan mengapa mereka merasakan seperti begitu? Ini mungkin ada udang di balik batu ya.
Restaurants, but
Yeah.
it just gets too much. Like it's just not good. We hate eating fast food as it is. It's just
Yeah. Fast food is a treat. You don't want to be having it like 4 or 5 times a week. Like I
Relying on
don't enjoy that. Yeah. The food hygiene. If you want to get like food that's, you know, at the cheaper end, which you can get it in Thailand on the cheaper end, and we've never had an issue.
Dia orang suka di Kuching Sarawak. Dia orang kata makanan sedap. Orang pun baik, mesra sangat. Tapi di Kuala Lumpur tak macam tu. Dia rasalah macam bangsa Melayu, Cina dan India ni dia tak bercampur. Dia kata dia tak suka budaya di sini. Kalau ada foreigner datang pun dia orang tak kisah. Jadi dia kata kalau awak orang suka, itu orang punya pasal lah. Tapi kita orang tak suka. Dia kata macam tu. Budaya kita dia orang tak suka. Pun dia orang kata kalau vlogger yang datang dari negara barat masuk Malaysia ni, ramai lagi cakap, oh Malaysia best, number one, first class, world class. Tapi dia orang datang sendiri tengok, dia kata tak ada apa nak dibanggakan. Dan mereka ni yang buat vlog ni, dia sajalah nak dapat view, dia nak dapat sokongan daripada orang Malaysia. Sebab tu cakap macam tu, lebih-lebih pula.
In Kuching, we had some absolutely divine. Like I had the best food I had in Kuching. Just did like another open air restaurant, but it was just so flavorful. It was like flat noodles, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I said to him, I was like, yeah, that's the best food I've had in Malaysia. And that was in Kuching. So yeah, Kuching is a good shout for sure.
Yeah.
Sarawak, as you said, it's kind of like its own country, and that's a good thing. There's a lot less diversity there, and the people that are there, like more local Malay. There's quite a few Chinese, but they're all just nice, you know. They're kind of like on island time, and they're just like that chill. They're not like, I don't know, just rushing around and just yeah, like there's
just
not
a
a lot of sense of
dickheads.
community.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just every man for themselves in mainland peninsula fucking Malaysia, as opposed to a lot more community feel and just a lot nicer people in Sarawak.
As well, like in Kuala Lumpur especially, feels like if you're Indian Malaysian, you just stay with the Indian Malaysians. If you're Chinese, you stay with the Chinese. If you're like, it's almost like segregated. Like there's just you're in your groups. If you're like an outsider or a foreigner, they don't want to know ya. It's just like
I don't know. They just we got told like that's just how they are, and like that's cool. That's how you want to be, but that's not for us. So that's the whole point of this. It's like this is our perspective, and we don't like it. Like we don't like it, and you might like it, but if you're anything like us, you probably won't like it. But it's up for you to decide.
Yep, agreed.
But that's our thoughts on Malaysia. Mainland Malaysia, anyway.
Yeah.
But sorry for being so negative. But we're just being real.
Yeah.
We're just being real, and in real life, things are positive and negative, and we try to find the positive, and we did find some positives. But I think the negatives heavily outweighed the positives, and we just wanted to share that with you because I especially really find it annoying when YouTubers go to a place and they just sugarcoat things and they only show the good things. I don't know, just to get subscribers from that country. They don't want to offend anyone, and I think that's shit. You come in here, people are actually watching you to get an opinion and your opinion so they can go there, and what you've said is the truth, and that's our truth, and that's what we want to share, and that's how we want to do the channel. It's going to be good and bad, so hopefully you can appreciate that. If you don't, then that's fine, catch ya. But I think we'll end the video there.
Yep.
We've had a bit of a shit day to start, but as soon as we got to Cambodia, Siam Reap, it's so good. It's lovely to be here. So we do like places, and Cambodia.
Demikian tadi sebuah video dari salah satu channel daripada Malaysia yang mereaksi seorang blogger yang punya pendapat bahwa Malaysia itu menjijikan gitu dan ingin segera pulang. Pendapat saya, turis ini atau vlogger ini dia berasal dari Thailand kemudian menuju Malaysia dan singgah di Pulau Pinang. Di sana mungkin disebabkan karena reaksi pertama atau kesan pertama yang ditemukan itu yang kemudian mempengaruhi penilaian dia seluruh Malaysia. Dia menemukan banyak burung merpati yang berserakan pada saat hujan. Kotoran daripada burung merpati itu menurut mereka sangat menjijikan. Kemudian dengan respon dari masyarakat Malaysia yang menurut mereka kurang sopan, ada yang menanggalkan pakaiannya dan menunjukkan barang dia, dan itu kesan yang sangat menjengkelkan bagi mereka, dan itulah awal dari mereka kemudian memiliki kesan yang negatif terhadap Malaysia. Dan pada saat berkunjung di Kuala Lumpur, dia juga tidak memiliki kesan yang bagus dengan Kuala Lumpur, padahal di Kuala Lumpur adalah tempat destinasi wisata di Asia Tenggara, tetapi dia mungkin karena dia berasal dari sebuah kota besar, dia tidak melihat Kuala Lumpur sebuah tempat yang mega walaupun metropolitan, dan dia mencoba untuk, tetapi dia mengatakan bahwa yang asik itu adalah di Malaysia Timur, khususnya di Sabah. Dia sangat senang di sana, makanannya sana, orang-orangnya cukup ramah. Apapun itu, saya pikir tergantung dari penilaian masing-masing. Bagaimana setiap orang punya penilaian yang berbeda-beda. Namun dari vlogger ini dia punya kesan yang sangat buruk tentang Malaysia. Oke. Kalau ada hal-hal yang ingin Anda komentari, silakan berkomentar di kolom komentar, dan apabila Anda suka dengan video ini, jangan lupa untuk like, share, dan subscribe. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.